So following on from my what I do at night skincare routine, it is morning. Last night was awful, hence I'm a really strong cup of tea. Yes, it does say that. So you can see it's all peeling off, so I'm going to actually start. Let's give it a good peel. Oh, I love this feeling. So you can see around my mouth is where it sort of started to peel off the most. That's partly because I'm still a little bit combination, or I'm a little bit combination down my T-zone. That's attractive. But also I drink a lot of water throughout the night because I'm feeding my daughter, so I'm not lying there motionless. Okay, so this is what has been on my skin all night, protecting it and locking my skin down, hydration in. I will never get over the feeling of how amazing your skin feels when you take it off. So then I do this bit. So we all have our own way of taking it off. I like the peel because mine comes off quite easily. If yours doesn't come off as easily, then I suppose this isn't as enjoyable. And we don't chuck that down the sink or down the toilet, we throw it away. Okay, I've also got it down my neck. I try not to take it when I'm applying it too close to my hairline, because there have been on a few occasions where I've been in the school playground and one of the mums has gone, you've got something weird, and then I have to explain. It's a good talking point. Got it down my neck as well. Doesn't come off as easily there because my neck is not as moisturised as my face. So once I get to this stage, I take a fresh flannel, warm water, and I soak and I gently rub. If I was in the shower, well, if I was in the shower, you certainly wouldn't be with me. Nobody wants to see that. If I was in the shower, I'd just stick my head under the water and then just rub my face, and this whole lot would come off easily. Okay. So obviously as it comes off, it kind of exfoliates your skin. When I first used this, so the first time I used this, the first night, or the first morning, kind of came down, I was a bit apprehensive. I was like, what am I going to look like? What's my skin going to look like? And in all honesty, the first night my skin didn't look much different, but my gosh, when I took it off and I felt my skin felt softer than it had felt in years. It was amazing. And it was, I think, 13 days in that my husband came home from a night shift and complimented me on how my skin was glowing. And it was at that point that I realised my skin had totally turned a corner and stopped really bothering with foundation in the day, which is nice. Okay, so I'm not putting makeup on until I come back from the school run because time. I might pop a bit of concealer on for it though. So I'm taking some eye effects. Remember, I take it here as well because of that horrible photographer. Take it over my lip because marble lights. Round here. There we go. And then my moisturiser, Peptide Plus. So this is a really beautiful cream moisturiser. It's oil free, which I love. So I use this. I use pretty much all the Skincerity products in my makeup kit. I love having them to recommend to people. 1 second. Yeah, that's the daughter. Okay, so yeah, I recommend this in my kit. It's oil free. It's really hydrating. I've got it here. But what I love about it is that usually in a range, the oil free range is kind of like a mattifying liquid or a fluid, and that's not enough. You know, I like that hydration. I like my skin to feel bouncy and firm and lovely, and the Peptide Plus does just that. So for the sake of not scaring people on the school run, because my eyes, I didn't get very good sleep last night, so I've taken the eye effect around my eyes. I'm just going to start with a little bit of corrector. So if makeup doesn't interest you, stop watching now. So this is like a peachy corrector because I'm very blue, because my skin is so pale and the skin under my eyes is so dark. Because I don't like a lot of texture, If I wanted to completely cover them, I would have to use a really, really opaque concealer, and that would leave texture, and that's just not what I want on my skin. If I use a concealer that's a little bit sheer, that discoloration underneath would kind of shine through, and it would end up looking kind of greeny, because I suppose the concealer is going to be a little bit yellowy toned and the under eye is a little bit blue, so you can mix those together. It's not going to be very pleasant anyway. So I start off with a very, very thin veil of a corrector, and this is an NYX corrector, which is a bloody good dupe for the Bobbi Browns. Not that Bobbi cares, because she's not involved anymore. So, and then I'm just using, again, an NYX concealer. And I might as well actually, I'm going to quickly throw some makeup on whilst the kids are entertained. I've got my sister staying, so she's kind of babysitting the children whilst I do this, which is nice. Okay. Now we are actually going straight out after this, after the well, kind of almost after the school run. We're going to come back for like 20 minutes, by which point I'm probably going to have to feed the baby, so I'm going to quickly whack a bit of makeup on now. So we have also got something called Rejuvenating Barrier. So for my overseas subscribers, I don't know, there's 9 of you, I don't know where you are. This is Rejuvenating Barrier. This is one of the products, again, that's not actually available in the UK. I adore this. This is the most amazing water-based moisturiser. Katie, there we go. And you just massage this on. It's the most incredible makeup primer, and I really like to use this as like a mixing medium as well. So I've got a foundation that I'm trying. One of the reasons I wear foundation, and you can't really see it in this light, is because I like to make sure that my face, neck and body all blend together. This colour and this colour, I'm super, super pale, and I've sort of got a little bit of a darker neutral tone to my skin on my face. So if I match foundation, it can't just match to here, it has to match to here, which is like the colour of Olaf. So, and number 7, believe it or not, I have a colour called Calico, which is completely the same in all of their different foundation ranges, and it's really, really light and very neutral, and it suits me. And it's cheap, and I like it. I like cheap. I love high end. But after working for a high end company for years, I love the fact that I can get high street dupe, so to speak. And I just popped a drop of the Rejuvenating Barrier in, because like I said, I like to shear things down. I don't like texture on my skin, and then I'm just going to use a little stipple brush and literally, good grief, Katie, you have done a terrible job. Okay, I'm doing this with you, looking into the viewfinder. Good grief. Because it's such a good colour match, I don't really have to blend down my neck at all, or so it kind of just lightens my skin. And I know I'm that pale, and I complain about being pale. Why would I want to lighten my skin? Because if I tried to add colour to my face, that discrepancy between my face and my already really pale skin on my neck and body would be even more so. And I don't want to be one of those people that has the line. I just don't. Who does? I'd say who does. I'm sure nobody does, but bloody hell, a lot of people do. And I can't understand in this day and age, with so much information on the internet and people to help you in kind of cosmetics counters and department stores, why people still wear the wrong shade. I know why, because they get mismatched. They get matched wrong in store. Anyway, that is that. I'm really just going to do base for this school run. Now, I'm going to go against the grain with what people usually do with foundation. So usually you would put a foundation on, set it with powder before you add any pigmented powder products. But what I like to do is take a bit of bronzer, top of my forehead, giving the illusion that I'm a bit sun-kissed. Sun-kissed. It's January. Taking this over my cheekbones. It's not, you know, if I had used a really oily moisturiser and then an oily sort of serum and an oily foundation, this wouldn't work. Not that they're matte, but you know, the Peptide Plus is oil free, the Rejuvenating Barrier is water based, and the foundation was mixed with that and was so light. I'm mixing that on, and then just taking a little bit of blusher, like this. Just doing it to add a flusher. No carving, for goodness gracious sake, it's the school run. Note that I don't really do any contouring. You know why? Because I'm already 3-dimensional. I don't need to carve. You can see I've got shadow and light on my face already. I don't need to add that, especially not for the school run. But generally, and I think also as we age, we tend to get a bit more angular anyway. I know I certainly do. I don't want to look too sculpted. I don't want to look even more skeletal-like. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just taking that foundation brush. It had nothing on, but probably a little bit of residue. And I'm just using that to kind of push the powder product into the foundation so it all becomes one. And that is literally all I need to do for the school run. And then I just pop these on so I can see what the heck I'm doing. See if that looks any better with the light off. Yeah. Okay, done. I've really done a terrible job taking the skincerity off. That's because I wasn't looking in the mirror. Okay, if you see me on the school run, turn your eyes. Okay, lovely. I hope that's been helpful. And any questions, put them in the comments. If you know me personally, come and ask me. And yeah, if there is anything else that you want to see me film, like within reason, keep it clean, let me know and I will try and see if I can oblige. Where's the camera? Hi. So have a lovely day and see you soon. Bye.